Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Good morning, farmers. Not a cloud in the sky. Never will be again, apparently. I don't know if you quickly saw the forecast up right corner. Still no rain in sight whatsoever. So I should check on the greenhouse to make sure the moisture is in good shape. No, I don't want to. Stop it. Looks like there's two jobs there. Transport and fix the building. And there might be two of them down here as well. But that just says fix the build. Oh, no, way down here. Steve has a transport job, apparently. So let's head up here and get these two right away. We'll probably take the bus stop, I guess, for a change. So let's... That's how you get out of the house. That's how you know, dislocate a knee or something. Let's head up here to the bus stop. Which way are we facing? That way? Okay. I forgot. Where are our social points at? Alright. So as long as we get, you know, a couple grand per day, I'm happy with it. As long as we keep getting 4 jobs.
That might change for the better somehow.
Well, like conversations everywhere.
Amen to that. Promises. But
Care to talk?
Deliver? Don't think
Good
so.
morning.
One day it'll
Which
all
one
be different.
I am
Are
looking
you?
for work. Got anything for
Are you
me?
the transport guy or fix the
A
building
building
guy?
on my farm needs some care. What do you think?
I think you're going to pay me under 300. Nope, you're going to pay me over
Sounds
300.
good. I'll take care of this.
Yeah, I'll take care of that for that. Health inspection.
I really thought this would change by now.
No, it's not.
Amen to that.
It's not going to change. Wait, where did... Oh, she moved on me. Uh-oh. It's Lydia. The infamous Lydia. I can't talk to Lydia. Well, she's the one that had the transport job for us. I cannot jump over fences, so I got to go around. And I think I mentioned in the last video, but I'm still not the only one that has a problem with Lydia, where people can't get jobs from her. You can get packages and stuff from her, but you can't accept jobs. I don't know what building I was supposed to inspect, but looked good enough to me. So we kind of get screwed out of some social points. Probably like 600-ish.
Thank you. Here's something for you.
No, thank you, sir. So since our other job is here, which is fix the building, and that is a transport job, I'm going to go back to the shop, or the farm.
One day it'll all be different.
No, it won't be all different. Well, maybe in the next patch it will be. I'm not sure. So we're going to go back to the farm, grab our tractor and the seed drill, fill up with some maize. Why am I going to the bus stop when I can just do that? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not thinking. Like always. Timmy's in bed like he always is, and the wife's feeding the chickens. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, we should have enough maize in here after we bought some. Not enough to do the big field in one swoop. Oh yeah, so I was going to check the greenhouse. Oh yeah, it's low. So we'll spend $30 to water our good little vegetables in there, because heck knows it's not going to rain, so I can open the windows and get them, you know, wet. So let's zoom on down, and we'll start seeding the big field today, but that's not the first thing we're doing. We're going to, you know, fix the... Well, I was going to say fix the building. Health inspection. Do the health inspection, and then we'll see what Steve wants transported to him. Maybe one of his packages have gone bad and his customers aren't happy with it. Who knows? Make sure I did click on maize. Right. That'd be great to come down here and start seeding it and then go back and fill up with maize and realize the first batch wasn't maize. Yep, too busy looking at our fields. They're all growing rather well. Not like they wouldn't, I would suppose. We don't have diseases or anything like that in the game. It's not part of it. Take our shortcut to Wheatford. I'm starting to get used to it now. Wheatford. I always want to say Wheatfield, but it's Wheatford. Probably not the best terrain to be taking it, because you can see the seed will just bounce up and down on the 3-point linkage. I may have to do some welding jobs when I get back. Let's not drive over anyone's crops. I did that last episode to kind of show how many social points you can lose. Kind of wish I had a horn on this thing. I keep pressing 0 to honk my horn, but that's the wrong game. Alright, let's right click as we drive through here to find out who's got the job. You can park right in the road here because there's no cars. Hello, scaffolding. That's Grace.
Hello there.
Oh, it's you again.
Well, at least she seemed happy when she said that.
Is there something I can help you with?
A building on my farm needs some care. What do you think?
I'm hoping it's one up for 760. Yes, it is.
Sounds good. I'll take care of this.
That kind of makes up for Lydia a little bit, not the way she's being bugged. So, yeah, we'll get almost 1,500 social points for this one, so that's good. So let me go inspect this barn that I've done like 200 times. I'm hoping at a patch sooner or later we can fix other buildings like that, or upgrade buildings, which means we need our van and materials.
Thank you. Here's something for you.
No, thank you. So at this rate, no, I don't want to go in there. I want to stay on this side. At least park our tractor down by the field. And then we'll go see what Steve wants. Or Avery. I think it's Avery that's down there. Steve and Avery. Right about there is good. Let's just go on the map. Scroll down. Well, it is Avery.
Hello.
Actually, Steve Avery was a pitcher
Good
for the
morning.
Braves back in the 90s, I believe.
Is there something I can help you with?
There's a little tip you didn't expect.
There is something I need indeed. Care to bring the package to me? My friend has it now.
That'd be great if it was Steve.
Sounds good. I'll take care of this.
Probably going to no man's land. Interesting. At least we can jump right into the Jack Bear. That's what I use the old vehicles for.
I'm here for the
just
package.
transportation,
Sure, here it is.
or I should say teleporting. And then all the way back down here.
Here's the package you requested.
Thank you. Here's something for you.
I will say the voiceovers were done nicely. I know I've probably said that in the update video and whatnot, but they were done rather well. They weren't done, you know, half-assed. So, you know how you play some games and you can just tell the voiceovers were like, "Hey Paul, come in here. Just read out this line," and he reads it for the first time. He goes, and developer's like, "Good enough, thanks, man." So now that it's only 9, oh Jesus, it's only 8 o'clock. Yeah, so this is going to be my job probably for most of the rest of if I get the field done, I get it done. I'll probably quit around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, somewhere around there. I'm not going to worry about overlapping and all that fun stuff because it takes a couple trips back and forth to seed this field. Where is my Amazon Condor seed drill when I need it? I mean, can I just upgrade from this Amazon to the other one? Of course, this is the Amazon D9 4000. But this tractor wouldn't be able to pull the Condor. I think this is only the 175 horsepower tractor. It's been so long now, I can't remember. Alright, I gotta check. Can I 134 horsepower. Come on, get around. You know you want to. Alright, so we're almost done here. Not really, right? If only. If only. But we got some social points this morning, like we always, that's our goal. I was kind of hoping maybe hit, we were just shooting for 800,000 by the 1st of June. And now here we are almost the 1st of May, and we're just about there. So, yeah, we should reach 800,000 by June 1st. No problem, unless something really weird happens. And our main goal is to hit 900,000 by the end of the season. And at first I thought that would be a stretch to get that far. But really, as long as I do jobs every day, that shouldn't be a problem either. And we should reach our nice goal of 1 million some point next season. Then after that, I may not even care about doing other people's jobs. We may buy all the fields. But obviously, we can't... I don't know how... If anyone's got the game and has all the fields, let me know if it's even manageable to constantly keep them going. Because you only can hire 4 workers at a time. I mean, I can see where you can do it, but you're not going to get 3 yields out of every field each year. That's just way too much. Way too much. It'd be more of a farm manager kind of a game. Actually, now that I said farm manager, I haven't seen much of that game on YouTube since it was released. And there was a few farming games released back in the spring, wasn't there? This kind of being one of them. Well, there is lap 1 of many. And that took about 20% of our seeds. And we're not even at 10% in the field. So basically my goal is for each tank that I bring down here, I at least want to get 33% of the field done. So obviously if you break 33%, that means 3 tanks, which is usually pretty close to what this does. It usually takes like 2 3/4 tanks to seed this field, so I don't want to, really goof up and overlap too much and then have to make a 4th trip down. That'll really suck. But for now, I want to make some laps, and I'll bring it back when this tank is close to being done, and we'll see if we reach our 33%. So I shall see you in a moment. Well, I had just noticed that the tank was almost empty. I mean, really just almost empty. It's like 1% left. 12 grains, but we are at 40% done on one tank. So as long as I don't really mess around too much in the field, yeah, it should be just 2 more trips back. And we'll be all set here. The one thing I mentioned in a previous video as well is when this tank goes empty, you're not going to get no notification. It's not going to go. You're not going to hear a ding or anything. It's going to no bells and whistles. So you do kind of need to keep track when you're doing big fields when you run out. Just don't get caught in a daze doing circles, because you'll be doing circles for nothing. But yeah, one tank and we got 40% done. So let's take the 1 hour drive back to the farm. You know, it'd be nice if one of the new pieces of equipment was like a chaser bend kind of a thing, to where you can load that up, bring it down, you can refill your seed roll from that. Who knows though what they have in store for us for the next couple of updates and what pieces of equipment. I like in the roadmap though they said one new piece of equipment, but in the last update we got 2. So, you know, who knows? Only they know what they plan on doing. Maybe they don't even know sometimes. Like I said, it's about noon. So that was, what time was it I started? Was that 9 o'clock? So that took 3 hours to empty the tank. By the time I run down to the farm, fill this up and get back to the field, it's going to be like 1:30, almost 2 o'clock. So I'm not sure I'm going to get the whole field done. I mean, I could do it all in one day, but right now there's no rush. This is the last field that we need to seed. And fertilizing is not going to take too long, and we're not even into May yet. So that means we got about 1 month of no field work of our own. So I want to try to figure what to do with those episodes. I don't know if I should just do like 3 days in one episode of just doing social point stuff, or skip some days, because it's not like I can walk, you know, run around and do stuff. I can't go do lumbering or anything like that. That's one thing, like some people said when they said they're going to release, you know, the next update was for full release. We're like, a lot of people are complaining like, guys, you don't have enough full content here to have a complete game, because there's going to be times. Well, I mean, if you're not making videos, it's fine. You just do day by day and you can skip. But if you're trying to do videos, it's going to make it a little harder to try to find something to do in those days. So the episodes may be becoming a little bit shorter for the next month, in-game month, unless we actually get some more field work. Alright, we want more maize, please. And head right back out. Just checking the time. I think I timed it once, and I think it was like an hour and a half back and forth to the old mill from the farm. I think it was an hour. It wasn't an hour and a half one way, an hour and a half back the other way. I think it was an hour and a half round trip, because that's when every time we do wheat or barley there, we gotta go to the old mill because that's the better price. And that's something I will be interested to see. It's going to be a couple more months before that update comes, but the balancing rework. So I don't know if they're going to have prices will be different, or fluctuating prices at the sell points. Pretty much it's all barley and wheat down to the old mill, and everything else up to that building right there. But other than that, yeah, unless they start doing something like FS does, to where you get fluctuating prices, that means you got to check it once in a while, see what prices are better. Prices on here are stagnant. Doesn't matter what time of the year it is. How many, like in the springtime, I bring canola, that price stays the same. So. And all I know is in the springtime we bring tons of canola to the sell point. Tons and tons. Yeah, when you earn pretty close to $750,000 in the spring from just doing canola, that's a lot of canola. I did have, on my first time around, I did have a baked fish, as one carries in his pocket. Now I got to go out in the field and find it where we left off and continue a little bit more. I haven't done this little patch yet. I'm saving that kind of like for last. So it looks like it's about an hour trip around from going back to the farm, filling up and coming back. Alright, so right here is where we're at. So like I said, not bad, 40% done. So if everything goes well, we're going to be, you know, right around 80% when I get done with this one right here. And we'll probably finish the other 20% on the next day. You know, give us something to do. No sense of rush to getting it done, because I got about at least a month before any crops are ready to be harvested. I would say somewhere around May 5th or 6th they should be ready. It's usually about 2 months, so it took us a couple days to harvest the fields and replant. So I'm going to guess right around, you know, June 6th. I'm sorry, did I say May? It's going to be like June 5th. 'Cause yeah, April to May to June. That's 2 months there. But I was wondering though, you look at the size of this field and how loose this soil is. If we get like a heavy rain, that wouldn't be good for this field. Not at all. I mean, the soil does look rather dusty, but like we said, it hasn't rained here in 40 days and 40 nights at this point. I really can't remember the last time it rained. I know it hasn't rained in this season. And I think it was almost beginning of September last year is when it rained. You can see I missed a couple spots over there when I was planting. That early sun kind of glares off the ground a little bit, and I do have the bloom sector way down, so still hard to see a little bit. So yeah, let me make some more laps like I did before, and I'll bring it back when the tank is about pretty close to empty. And like I said, this will probably be the last tank we do in the field today, because yeah, it's gonna be somewhere around 4 or 5 o'clock when I get there. So yeah, I'll see you in the early evening hours. The summer wind comes blowing in from across the sea. And as you can see, I suck at singing, but also, we're going right along. We're just about out of seed once again, but we are up to 80% of the field sowed, or seeded, or planted, whatever. I think when I get down to this corner, I'll just call it there. What I may try to do with a little bit of seed I got left is hit some spots that, well, other than getting out of the tractor, hitting the wrong buttons. But you can see it's getting that wonderful time of the day again where it's hard to really see, unless you get the angle just right, hard to see where you've seeded, where you haven't. So you got like a little strip right here, it's kind of hard to see. We'll get that. But yeah, we're right at 80%. So I was getting 40% per tank, which is better than I used to, but I think back in the day I used to do circles to loop around, get straighter lines, and never pick up the seed drill, which would in turn make me plant more, obviously. Or double plant, or overlap, however you want to call it. Well, I might as well use the seed that we got, that way I have to go back and empty it. Is it empty? Yeah, it's empty. Hard to tell with the dust. I am empty, right? Absolutely empty. So it's also, yeah, 6 o'clock in the evening. So time we get back and talk to the wife and get cozy, it's, you know, it's been a long day. So we'll finish the field tomorrow. There's no rain. So unless I somehow get 4 plow the field jobs tomorrow, we should be able to finish seeding that tomorrow. And depending on our jobs, we'll probably fertilize it as well, because with the new fertilizer spreader, I can probably do that in one trip. There used to be 2 trips with the artificial fertilizer trailer to do just a big field, so almost 3 trips to do those 2 fields. But I'm feeling that I can probably do it in one trip, give or take. I'm not going to be too concerned about getting it 100% fertilized and whatnot. Just we'll get done when we get done in one trip, I think, unless it's a big number left over. But when we do fertilize it, we'll start it with the big field. That way we know we cover the big field as best we can. But yeah, after we do this big field, our fields are all set. We'll just have to wait another month until they're ready to be harvested. Which at this point has seemed like it's been a while since we did harvesting, but it is what it is. That's what you get when you kind of have... You're playing a season kind of game. Someone actually did post in the discussion forum. I thought it was kind of funny, like, oh, I wish Farmers Dynasty had seasons like Farming Simulator does. I'm like, Farming Simulator doesn't have seasons. That's a mod. And really, this does kind of have a season, because even though we don't do winter on this map, now the only thing I don't know if they have fixed, as far as I knew, you're only supposed to be able to plant wheat or canola for winter, but I still think you can plant anything, and over the winter it will grow. Just that wheat and canola will produce more. And also the other thing I hope they have in the update, which I've kind of forgotten about, is the NPCs working in their own fields. That was to be a thing a while ago in one of the updates, and haven't seen it since. Well, haven't seen it at all, obviously. There's Timmy. Did my wife leave the kid home alone? How dare she? Am I just missing where my wife is, or is it a Sunday? No, it's a Friday. Well, this is... I'm going to take a screenshot of this and kind of make this my thumbnail. Kind of... Oh, now she... Oh, sure. Just as I take the picture, she pops into the kitchen. I hope my screenshot was before she popped into the kitchen. Yeah, I caught you. You weren't in the kitchen. I don't know where you were. What's going on in this household, huh? Does make you wonder. I mean, she should have been in render range, because Timmy is further away from us than she was. She's right here in this corner of the house, and Timmy is actually on the back side of the house. So she definitely was in render range if she was in the kitchen, which she wasn't. I hope that screenshot happened before she popped on. How are our cows doing here? They should be just fine. Actually, how's the slurry tank? That's only at 17%. Where's the cows? Yeah, we haven't fed them for a year and a half. Well, over a year. I shouldn't say year and a half. We fed them last April, I should say. And they're still at 44%. We still have all brown cows. No, we got some Oreo cows and Jersey cows. Close that up. And this is our sanitized water that we have, which, you know, I wonder where this water comes from. The Health and Safety Board are very impressed that we're fertilizing the pond. And that's all it's doing, is fertilizing, you know, the seaweed in here. That's why there's, you know, beautiful, plentiful fish in this little pond here. Alright, I'm rambling. You know, that's what you expect from me once in a while. But yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always. And I shall see you next time on The Day on the Farm. But until then, have a good one.